gonna be doing something that's gonna make me a little bit embarrassed. Today we're going to be talking about some popular books that I have not read yet. If you guys seen my bookshelf tour, I have this shelf on the bottom over here. It's kind of like the TBR shelf slash the shelf of shame. I pulled out the books that I get recommended the most to read. The sad thing is a lot of these people that recommend me books, they're like, you really have to buy this book. And like a part of me just kind of cringes a little bit because I'm like, I actually already own this book. So yes, that's always fun to feel. Let me know, out of all these books, which one do you think I should read the most? This first book here is actually already been adapted into a TV show, and my stepmom is already finished with season 2 of this TV show. Every time I go into the living room and she's watching TV, she's almost always watching the show, and I have to go la 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 to avoid being spoiled for it. Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. You know, it's kind of sad actually. I have TBR'd this book. I think this book holds the #1 spot for the most TBR'd but unread book on my shelf. It has to do with time travel. I love time travel. I think the main reason why I haven't read this book yet is because of how intimidating it looks. Look at this thing, it's like, oh my god, how many pages are in this thing? I'm the kind of person who reads multiple books at a time, so I'll easily read 3-4 books at the same time. I have a feeling this is gonna be one of those all-encompassing books like, say, Throne of Glass up there. Can you see Throne of Glass? No, you can't even see it. The next book is The Young Elites by Marie Lu. I actually got to meet Marie Lu and she signed this book, and I wish I could have said something to her like, oh my god, I love this part, or like, I love this part, but I couldn't because I hadn't read the book yet. The way this book sounds, like it has kids with powers in it. I think when I first book hauled it, I said that this kind of sounds like The Darkest Mind by Alexandra Bracken. Everyone says that this book is actually darker or like scarier than The Darkest Mind. Immediately made me want to read it like now, because I love sci-fi, dark, creepy stuff. Speaking of darkness, The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. It's fantasy, and I actually got to watch one of Holly Black's panels that she was on. The way she describes this book is that she portrays fairies in a dark kind of way, which again, darkness, my love, my heart. I need to read this one. Continuing on with fantasy books that I have not read. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I bought this book at Barnes & Noble's because my lovely friends at Barnes & Noble's were like, Naya, if you have not read this book yet, I just don't know who you are. You're the fantasy girl, you need to read this book. Of course I bought it, full price, no discount, because my membership was expired. I did try to start this book, you guys, but as you guys know, there is a series that came before this that takes place in the same world, which I sadly also own and have not read. Shadow and Bone, again by Leigh Bardugo, and I was told that you don't need to have read this series. Don't need to have read. My English is so bad today, apologies. You didn't need to read this book in order to get this book. At the same time, I felt like I want to read it in order of publication, so I stopped reading this one. I only got like 3 pages in, you guys. It wasn't like I was halfway through and then was like, you know what, I actually don't want to read this. Books that are popular, and like I have had to avoid spoilers. I follow a lot of like fan accounts that do fan art and things like that because I just love looking at fan art. Right now, you know, those fan art accounts are just posting pictures and artwork of really popular books that I have not read yet, and it's like a level 2 spoiler for me, so I have to avoid them. This next book here I bought because Natasha over at Tashopolis got this book, and of course she's like kind of tight with the author, and I've just followed all of her videos involving this book and just the author and everything, and I want to read it so bad. Red Rising by Pierce Brown, and the whole series is out. Like the whole series is out, and I've owned the first book for like 6 months now. And last but not least, my best friend in the entire world, I think, did she get me this book? I think my best friend either got me this book or recommended me to get this book, and then I got it. I'm pretty sure she got it for me. This is how long I've had this book for that. I don't even remember if I got it myself or not. The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons. First of all, I am just gonna be honest with you guys, the only reason why I haven't read this book yet is because it is literally a mammoth. Oh my god, it's bigger than Outlander, guys. Like, well, okay, I'm obviously blind. Never mind! The Bronze Horseman, everyone who's read this book told me that you will like cry, and I don't know why, but I I don't want to cry right now. I love historical fiction, and I haven't read historical fiction in like years, honestly, and I really miss the genre. And you know, I feel like when I am ready to read historical fiction again, that I want to read The Bronze Horseman, because it just feels like the perfect book to get me back into that genre. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!